He turned a struggling barbecue restaurant in Murrieta, California called Destination Smokehouse into a viral sensation without ever asking for fame. People across the country started posting his videos of smoked ribs and brisket falling off the bone, and when he'd toss his glasses in the air and shout, "That's Tendernism," millions watched, liked, and shared. The man behind it all, Walter "Mr. Tendernism" Johnson, became the face of a food movement online, and customers drove hours just to taste what they saw in his clips and meet the man himself. But then the place he helped make famous let him go, and suddenly the internet was left asking the same question. Why would a restaurant fire the very person whose personality they'd built their viral success around? Some called it a misunderstanding, others a business decision, but viewers everywhere wondered if this was more than just a simple firing. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. They called him UNC, a middle-aged man behind a smoker who never expected internet fame. Walter Johnson was selling barbecue at a small Murrieta, California restaurant when one day a video of him tasting ribs that fell off the bone went viral, and people everywhere began repeating his catchphrase, "Tendernism." Suddenly lines wrapped around the block, customers drove hours just to see him, and social media couldn't get enough of his warmth and authenticity. So much so that many believed he owned the place. But after a food critic tried to tip him thousands of dollars, and something went wrong with the interaction, confusion erupted online about who really benefited from the fame, and a dispute grew over trademark rights and money behind the scenes. Then came the announcement that the man who helped build that viral success was no longer with the restaurant that made him famous, and people everywhere asked, why would they let him go? Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. He wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing a paycheck, showing up early, remembering customers' names, and treating every plate like it mattered. Just a middle-aged American trying to make a living at a barbecue joint in Southern California. The videos started small. A customer filmed him tasting ribs and saying over and over how they fell off the bone. The term tenderism rolling off his tongue with charm and certainty. And before long, that simple moment exploded across TikTok and Instagram. Millions of views, turning him into an internet character and sending crowds to the restaurant just to meet the man they called UNC. But with viral fame came unexpected complications. A famous food critic tried to tip him thousands of dollars and was blocked. Ownership disputes over the phrase tenderism flared, and not long after all that attention, the restaurant he helped make famous cut him loose, and he was no longer part of the place that had once been his second home. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. The company leaned into the moment. Social media posts exploded, traffic to the restaurant surged, and sales climbed higher than anyone had imagined. Lines stretched around the block, customers filming videos, sharing every interaction with Walter, the man who had become the heartbeat of the restaurant. People cheered his name, celebrated his catchphrase, tenderism, and made him a symbol of joy and authenticity. And then, without warning, he was terminated. Some said it was a simple policy violation. Others whispered about an ego clash. A few believed management feared he was becoming the face of the restaurant instead of the logo, stealing attention they felt should belong to the brand. Questions swirled across social media. Fans were outraged, debates erupted online, and news outlets picked up the story. The very internet that had made him famous now demanded answers. But the internet wasn't going to stay quiet. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. The same internet that built the restaurant up began tearing it down. Hashtags trended within hours, customers threatened boycotts, and lines of loyal fans turned into protests outside the building. Comment sections exploded with anger, confusion, and disbelief. Local news outlets picked up the story, showing clips of people arguing over loyalty, fairness, and the value of hard work. Some said, rules are rules, insisting that policies must be enforced. Others shouted, he made that place, insisting that Walter, the man who had become a symbol of joy and authenticity, deserved better. In America, We're taught that hard work pays off, that loyalty is rewarded, that dedication matters. But sometimes, even when you give everything, it's not enough. The story that started with laughter, lines around the block, and viral videos had now become a national debate about fairness, fame, and the price of recognition. Then came the twist nobody expected. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Behind closed doors, leadership wasn't celebrating. They were panicking. The company had underestimated the scale of Walter's viral fame. And suddenly, every post, every video, every shout of Tendernism became a challenge to their control. Reports surfaced of contract disputes, internal management conflicts, and PR missteps as the brand struggled to contain a story it had once encouraged. Concerns about liability and who truly owned the rights to the catchphrase added fuel to the fire. In corporate America, fame is only valuable if it's controllable, and Walter had become too big to manage. Speaking publicly for the first time, he simply said, "I was just doing my job," a line that resonated with millions who felt he had only brought joy, laughter, and authenticity to the brand he helped build. His firing wasn't just a business decision. It became a debate about fairness, recognition, and respect. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. He walked into the restaurant as just another employee, flipping trays and greeting regulars with a smile. But he walked out as a symbol that reached far beyond the kitchen. Public sympathy has overwhelmingly sided with Walter, the man who brought laughter, personality, and millions of views to a small Southern California restaurant. And yet the place he helped make famous now carries a reputation forever changed. The debate continues online, in news outlets, and in communities across the country. Was it loyalty or policy that mattered more? And what is the true cost of fame when it comes from the people you least expect? They fired the man who made them viral. But in doing so, perhaps they inadvertently created something far bigger than a brand. If you were the owner, would you have done the same? Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos.